What's up? What's up, everybody? And welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We got a special one for you tonight. We have the AFC East, the round table. We got the big dog Patriots who have been running the division for so long. But is that run over? We're going to find out. We also have Dan Mitchell with the Buffalo Bills. Ain't beat nobody last year, but they still had I think I'm hearing a playback, guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, we good. Somebody I was hearing a playback. I think it's gone. But Dan Mitchell, man, they got some wins last year. This year, will they actually get any meaningful wins? We're going to find out. And we got Richie the Rich with Adam Gase, man.
Yes,
down in New York, man. Will Gase succeed? Now, when Gase has talent, we know he can do a few things. But will Gase actually bring his best coaching out? We're going to find out. And you already know, you got the team that's going to lead the AFC East this year, the Miami Dolphins, right here with TD fans, man. What we're going to do to start out the show tonight, we're going to go around the table. We're going to talk to each and every single one of the teams in the AFC East, get our take on a little bit about their team going into this season. Training is over. Training camp is over. The season has started. It's no more. Okay, it's not a who's gonna be the starter, who's gonna be this. But let's get the final take on what it is. We're gonna start down at the bottom left with Richie. Talk to us about the New York Jets. What's going on in New York right now, man?
So we finally got some good news today, and today was the first practice, non-training camp related, and we got our receivers back. They're fully participating. We got Brashad Perriman and Denzel Mims fully participating in practice, which is a huge positive for this Jets team because, as you guys know, all throughout training camp, the big talk of the training camp for the New York Jets is who is playing receiver for this team. I mean, everyone's hurt. There's backup players, starting with Sam Darnold on the first team in training camp. It was a big worrisome for this whole Jets fan base, not just me and everyone outside looking in is looking at the Jets and like, wow, Sam Darnold has no playmakers. But seeing Brashad Perriman and Denzel Mims healthy in today's practice is a huge sign. And we're hoping that Chris Herndon on the offensive side of the ball at that tight end spot can take that next step and really show that he's an upcoming young tight end, and he has potential to be a top 10 tight end. I know there's a lot of people that don't really know a lot about Chris Herndon, which is rightfully so. His rookie season in 2018, he played really well as a fourth-round rookie coming out of Miami, and he had immediate connection with Sam Darnold. Next year, which was 2019, he had suspension, he had an injury, so he did not get to play. So a lot of people forgot about Chris Herndon. He's back, he's fully healthy, and he was Sam Darnold's favorite target all throughout camp. And Adam Gase keeps raving about how excellent, versatile Chris Herndon is, how he can do everything you want as a tight end. So Jets fans are really looking at this offensive playmakers around Sam Darnold, and we were worried because of the health issues. Now that we're getting healthy and getting ready for Buffalo, it's everything's turning into the right direction finally, and going into the running back group, we're really high on them as well. Le'Veon Bell is in the best shape of his life. He is the lightest he's been since high school. He's determined more than he's ever been in his life. He sees all these critics counting him out. There's top 10 running backs. He's not even listed in there. He sees all these critics, and he's so motivated. And Le'Veon Bell has potential, if this offensive line can open up holes for him, to really solidify himself as one of the best running backs in the league. I don't think he can get into that top 5, but I think he can definitely go from 5 to 10 range if he gets consistent and if Adam Gase can use him properly. I really think so. But moving on to the Jets defensive side of the ball. There's not really a lot of household names that people are afraid of. Obviously, we got rid of Jamal Adams. CJ Mosley opted out, so there's not really a lot of players. But I'm so confident in our defense for one reason, and that's Greg Williams. Greg Williams is probably one of the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. I mean, he turned guys that was absolutely no-name practice squad players last year and turned them into stars. I mean, it was really insane for Jets fans to watch because it was so upsetting that all these injuries. CJ Mosley's out. Avery Williamson's out. Who's the next man up for middle linebacker? Oh, he's hurt. Oh, no, he's hurt. It felt like everyone was injured on that defensive side of the ball. But Greg Williams was like, I don't care. I'm one of the best coaches in this league. The Jets finished 7th overall in defense, 3rd best running defense in the entire NFL. So I know the Jets don't have Jamal Adams. I know they don't have CJ Mosley this year. I'm still extremely confident in this Jets defense, especially defending the run, because their defensive line is stacked. I mean, when I say they're stacked, they are deeper than in any position in the entire team. One issue I'm worried about is the secondary. I don't think that they have cornerbacks that can keep up with the receivers in the AFC East. You know, the Bills got Stephon Diggs, who's one of the best route runners in the NFL. Do I think that we have a cornerback that can match up with him? No. Devontae Parker, he is an upcoming, rising, great talent at that wide receiver spot. And N'Keal Harry, I'm really high on as well. He's another young, upcoming wide receiver in New England. So that's the one issue I have with these cornerbacks is on the Jets. But I do have confidence in Greg Williams. And the other big question mark is, before I finish off this, is obviously Adam Gase. Every single time I'm on the stream with you guys love bringing up Adam Gase. You guys had Adam Gase for 3 years. You guys know everything about Adam Gase. And Jets fans, me personally, I'm not sold on him. I do not think Adam Gase is the guy to lead this team. But I've said this every single stream. I am looking at Adam Gase and I'm asking him, prove me wrong, man. I don't want to go in here pessimistic and be like, yeah, Gase sucks. All these Dolphins fans tell me they suck. Like, yeah, I understand he had a terrible situation in Miami, and all Dolphins fans, rightfully so, are not Gase supporters. But me, I can't look at my head coach and just be negative. You know, I got to be optimistic. I got to look at the positives, and I want him to prove me wrong. I mean, when I look at you in the face, I can't tell you with a straight face, yeah, Gase is a guy that could bring us to the playoffs. Like, I can't say that with a straight face, you know? Like, I know that. I want him to prove me wrong. I want at the end of the year to be like, wow, this offense really looks different. And Gase is a guy, and this is the first time that this whole offense can go into the same system, continuity. Sam Darnold's finally getting his first taste of what it's like to go into the same playbook. Sam Darnold's never done that in his NFL career. Guys like Josh Allen is so lucky to have continuity. He's going into his 3rd year in the same system with great coaching around him. I mean, Josh Allen is an upcoming rising quarterback. Sam Darnold, unfortunately, did not have that around him. So I'm just really excited for this Jets team. Before I stop talking about the Jets, I just want to give you what I expect from this team in 2020. I think this is a year for the Jets to really establish who is the household names, who are the guys for the future. This is not a year where Jets are going to go to the playoffs and make the wild card and shock the world. I don't think that. I think we're going to compete in games, and I think we're going to win some games that we shouldn't. But I don't think that this is a Jets team that is capable of making the playoffs by any means. But at the same time, they could slide in there. You know, like, I'm not saying it's guaranteed over. The Jets are not making the playoffs, but this is a year where I'm going into, I think 2021, 2022, a year from now, if we're still doing this, I'll say the complete opposite. I think the Jets will win a division next year. That's my projection.
Wow, that's interesting, man. Before you finish, you gotta give us an official prediction record.
Man, I made a video on this, but now you got me in cold blood because I just said I'm not that optimistic about this season. I'll say 7-9.
7-9, but you say you have the potential of shocking the world and actually sliding into the playoffs potentially.
Okay, I mean, I think our ceiling is 9-7, and our floor is like 6-10.
Do you all think 9-7 gets a team in the playoffs this year?
Yeah, with an extra spot now with the 7th spot in the playoffs, I think so.
Interesting.
I don't know what it's like to have 9 wins in a season, so I couldn't tell you.
I mean, the Jets won 10 games in 2015 and didn't make playoffs, so you never know.
Good point, man. Well, thank you so much, Richie, man. It's just a lot of unknowns over there in New York, man. I think that you all could have a ceiling, but it's too many factors that it's going to count on. And Dan made a good point before we went live. Without the preseason, we all don't really know a lot about our teams outside of the limited information that we receive. I think a lot of us are going to be shocked come Sunday, whether it's good or bad, but we shall find out. Let's go up to Master at Work since he's not used to those 9-7 records. Why don't you talk to us about New England? What is the state of New England right now? How are things going up in Foxborough? And what do you think about your team going into the season?
They're going better for the New England Patriots right now. Obviously, our entire season stems on the quarterback position and Cam Newton. N'Keal Harry, like I was telling these guys earlier, I think he's going to make a second-year jump from his rookie season. He obviously had a very disappointing rookie season. The reason why we don't have a lot of stars, so to speak, on the wide receiver position is because they are putting all their eggs in the basket of someone named Gunnar Olszewski, who is a Edelman-Welker clone. And hopefully N'Keal Harry could be that outside receiver for Cam Newton to go up and jump up for the ball. Obviously, we're missing a tackle. That's going to be huge. But here's the difference between missing a tackle with Tom Brady and missing a tackle with Cam Newton. Cam Newton can scramble out of the pocket and make stuff happen, whereas Brady's a statue and he's old and now he's in Tampa Bay. As far as the defensive side of the ball goes, we obviously know we've had a lot of opt-outs, Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung. As far as like the depth, as far as the defense goes, we have a lot of, listen, if you look at up and down the Patriots roster, I'm not going to lie, it's not a playoff roster. But when you have someone by the name of Cameron Jarrell Newton behind center, then anything's possible. Obviously, a lot of people are going to doubt him. He was named team captain. Belichick has spoken glowingly of him. I've never seen Bill Belichick speak so highly of another player. He hasn't even spoke that highly of Tom Brady. So that just shows you how much confidence he has. Cam Newton has been looking great in training camp. Like I said, man, it's pretty much the Patriots and everyone else. The question is, can the Patriots finally get knocked off of this pedestal that they've been on for the past two decades? And in my opinion, it's just not going to happen for you Dolphins fans, Jets fans, Bills fans. Listen, you've been in this purgatory cycle of just absolute suckage, drainage, over and over again. And now that Tom Brady's gone, you think you have a chance, but you don't. As far as my team goes, we're going to go, I would say 12-4, 13-3. You can sit up here and say I'm delusional, but who's been delusional for the past 2 decades? So that's pretty much all I have to say about my football team. If you don't like it, you'll find out this Sunday.
Ooh, all that big boy talk. I love it. But you know what's interesting? For the first time in a long time, I just heard a diehard Patriots fan say that they don't have a playoff roster. But with Cam Newton, you never know. It sounds like a whole bunch of, we don't know. So the confidence is no longer there anymore. See, the Patriots used to have all the confidence in the world, but now all of a sudden, we don't have a playoff roster, but you don't know when you got Cam Newton. I'll take that any day of the week, man. So what did you say the record was again?
12-4, 13-3. Like I said, like what you said, he went on his entire monologue spiel about how he thinks. It's pretty much irrelevant, to be honest with you, because 9 wins might get you in the playoffs. But anything with 9 wins, I don't know what it feels like to have 9 wins. So, like I said, I'm not even going to entertain the idea of a 9-win football team because it's just not in the cards, and I've never seen it. So,
I'm okay with being patient. I'm looking at next year. I'm looking forward, man. That's all I gotta say.
I got you.
That's one thing I can say about Richie. He is the ultimate realist, man. He is the ultimate realist. He's going to call the balls and strikes how they are. And let's go ahead and move forward to a non-realist who thinks that he has a great team. What's up, Dan, man? I just messed around, man.
Listen, man. And so I know that it's all love. And so I know that it's all love. Listen, this year there's one thing and there's one thing only that the Buffalo Bills are going to be riding the back on, and that just so happens to be the best defense in the entire NFL this 2020 season, the Buffalo Bills. You look at our entire roster, name me one hole, name me one position group where you look at it and it doesn't keep you up at night. And we ended up solidifying it by extending, my favorite player on the Bills in Trey White, and it's really going to be on display this Sunday. Right now, this is not the time to get into the matchup, but just to sort of give you like a little sprinkle of what I'm expecting. I'm really expecting the Bills defense to be making Darnold's life an absolute living hell. And then, of course, when it comes to the offense, that's going to be a little bit of a different story because we legitimately don't know what's going on. And so we can sit here all day and just like absolutely admire what our players did during their like in-team scrimmages. But at the end of the day, we haven't seen them go up against another NFL team. As far as my expectations, let's put it this way. Say that you acquire a receiver like Stephon Diggs, draft a secondary running back like Zach Moss, who in my opinion most likely might be the RB1 by midway through the season. And as long as Josh Allen takes that next step moving forward into year 3, there's no doubt in my mind following up with my final projection of the Buffalo Bills taking the AFC East with a final 11-5 record.
Wow, 11-5 taking the AFC East. Man, that's bold. That is bold, Dan. So you personally feel like you're going to get some of those meaningful wins this year. Do you know some of the toughest opponents you play this year?
Yeah, man, we have a really, really scary roster. Schedule, excuse me. So I mean, say that we beat these teams, then let's go on ahead and put to rest that the Bills don't beat anybody. In fact, that I'm hoping that we pull off a couple of these wins so we could lay that to rest. But I mean, we have the 49ers, we have the Seattle Seahawks, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and obviously we have all of the teams in the AFC East who, in my opinion, those opponents always play us the hardest. So, I mean, we definitely have a challenge in front of us, but I think the roster that Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have put together this offseason, I really think that they can live up to the competition.
Wow. Any injury news in Buffalo?
Nothing significant. So we ended up losing out to our fullback, Patrick DeMarco. He's on the IR. I'm pretty sure he's missing out on the rest of the season. And then our right guard position with John Feliciano, that's sort of old news. He tore a pectoral muscle. He was our starting right guard who, in my opinion, is probably the only weakness in our offensive line because we have now that guy from the Jets, Brian Winters, not unless Cody Ford can go on ahead and make a transition from right tackle to right guard. But those are just the significant injuries thus far. And as far as practice today, the team's relatively healthy.
Wow. Awesome, man. Some good stuff you said there. We're going to get into more of that in a moment. Just to give a quick take on the Miami Dolphins this season, guys. These guys said a lot of things that were very interesting. And some of the things, I'll be honest, I can't disagree with. But I want to go through a few in relation to the Miami Dolphins. I just think that I'm not going to say that we have the most complete team in the AFC East, but what I will say is we could end up having the most complete team in the AFC East. Dan made a good point. He said that they're going to have the best defense in the AFC East. I would actually kick back on that, but I can't because we haven't proven it yet. But I really do feel like this year we are going to actually show the AFC East that the Miami Dolphins have the best defense. So as of right now, I can't knock Dan for saying that the Buffalo Bills did because their defense was definitely better than the Miami Dolphins last year, and it actually rivaled with the Patriots. They had some real drag-out fights where Tom Brady didn't even throw touchdowns, but they won the game. I mean, Josh Allen's trash, but that's another story. But anyway, but I think the Dolphins' defense is going to be number one when it's all said and done. The way we constructed this defense, man, it is a thing of beauty. And again, I don't expect you guys to know about it, but when you see it on the field, I really feel like we're going to get a lot of turnovers. We're going to turn turnovers into points, and we're going to produce in that secondary and the pass rush like we haven't in many, many, many years, guys. And on offense, that's where the Miami Dolphins, we actually need to be careful. We don't know what our identity is at this point as a team on offense. Based off of how we built the team, it looks like we're going to have a great balance with a heavy load of running to set up the pass. We have a starting quarterback in Ryan Fitzpatrick, who we all know, everybody call him the journeyman, but he is more than capable of winning games. And that's what's scary about it. I just saw he's about to pass a few guys on the all-time list, probably by week 2. He'll be passing 4 greats on the all-time list for passing yards. Ryan Fitzpatrick is more than capable. And with the improved running game, the real wild card is how our offensive line plays. The beautiful thing about our roster, though, right now, we don't have anybody that's listed as inactive for game 1. We don't have a single player. We've been very cautious with this short off season, managing some of the guys who were nicked up. But as of game 1, everyone should be ready to rock and ready to roll. I can't say the same thing about the Patriots missing their starting linebacker and their starting tackle, not to mention all the holdouts that they've had as well. So our offense is the piece. The offensive line, the biggest scare for me is the fact that we have some young guys. Our first-round pick, Austin Jackson, he earned it in camp. He will be starting at the left tackle position. How would that work out? Actually, we have two young starters on the offensive line this year, but it is so much of an upgrade for last year. It's just going to be very interesting to see how our offense moves under the Chan Gailey system with Ryan Fitzpatrick, who is more familiar than anybody with his system. I think that the Miami Dolphins actually go 11-5 this season and win the division. Pretty much because I think our last game we played Buffalo, right? Am I mistaken?
And so, yeah, you do. So you
I think that'll be the game that comes down to decide the division. I really do personally believe that the Patriots are going to win about 8 or 9 games this year, but we shall see. Cam Newton can be an X factor. We told people on the channel that we needed to look at upgrading the quarterback position. We drafted Tua, but a lot of people, believe it or not, and I will say this, Bachelor at Works, a lot of people in Miami said that we should go look at Cam Newton for this season. We didn't do that. The Patriots snagged him up, and hey, that's where we are now with it, man. So it's going to be a great competition. But before we go into more detail about that, I want to start with you, Dan and Richie. Your matchup this week in the AFC East, okay? And this is real interesting to me because I'm going to start with Richie on this one. I want to know, what do you think that your advantage is in the game and what is your disadvantage in the game versus the Buffalo Bills? And I'm going to get the same response from you. Dan, I want to get a gauge of what you all think about this game Sunday coming up in AFC East.
Got it.
It's a good question. Wow, on the spot. I made a whole preview video on the game today, so I'm trying to think of what I said. I think it's going to be a really good matchup for both sides on the Jets defense going up against the Bills offense, in terms of the Bills are more of a run dominant offense and the Jets are a great run stopping defense. So I think that's going to be a really fun matchup to watch. And the Jets were third in the league last year in defense. So I said that I think they need to force Josh Allen to beat us with his arm. I know he has a cannon of an arm, and I know Stephon Diggs is going to be wide open downfield. So I feel like the Jets defense really needs to force Josh Allen to use his arm, because I feel like we're going to stop the run. And when we stop the run, they're going to force Josh Allen to use his arm. So I feel like that's what the Jets game plan is going to be. A disadvantage for us is definitely going against the Bills' top defense in Buffalo. So the one thing about the Bills defense is they're excellent, Dan, in defending the pass, correct?
Yep.
The one thing I would say is them against the run isn't as elite going up against the pass. So that's why I feel like the Jets need to pound the rock. That's where their advantage is against the Bills defense. I think the Bills have a top 3, top 5 defense in the NFL because that's how great their pass defense is. But I did see a stat where they gave up over 100 yards on the ground last year on the defensive side of the ball. So I think the Jets need to really ground and pound in order to get through the Bills defense.
For sure. And so honestly, Richie, I definitely agree with you on that point. In fact, I have Devin Singletary on my fantasy team, and that's exactly the reason why I am not starting him is the fact that I do know that you guys excel in being able to stop the run. However, going into this game, don't be surprised if the Bills offense goes into a pass-heavy mentality going into this, especially once it comes down to those mismatches. That's really going to go on ahead. As far as Desir is concerned, your CB1, he's going to be lined up against Stephon Diggs, and Diggs has been winning several matchups against Trey White during practice. If he can do that right against Trey White, then I'm almost positive that he's going to be doing the exact same thing with your CBs and even your secondary in general. I think as far as the Jets defense is concerned, the secondary is going to be your weakness. And the reason why I think that you guys are going to lose the game is just because of those clear mismatches between like Stephon Diggs, John Brown, and Cole Beasley. I just don't think that your secondary has the tools to be able to stop that, especially once so many people are like, dude, Josh Allen's not that accurate, but no one talks about the fact that he was top 5 in the league for short to medium range passes. And you're going to be seeing a hell of a lot of that. And as long as reporters are saying that, as long as what reporters are saying that is true, that Josh Allen has fixed his mechanics and has solved his deep ball. But I mean, we're not going to be able to see until week 1. As far as from the Jets offense and Bills defense is concerned, I found this stat, Richie. And so I think you might find this interesting. Sam Darnold completes 72.2% of his passes when he is not being pressured. That was in 2019. But when he was pressured, he completed 44.5% of his passes when he was pressured. So expect this is out right with the Jets fans, and this goes to Bills fans as well. Be ready for the Bills to be bringing the heat, completely trying to take advantage of your new offensive line, but an offensive line that, while they could be improved on paper, they're playing their first game together. They haven't established that chemistry. So be on the lookout for that. And I do expect Sam Darnold to make mistakes based off of just the pure stats that came from 2019. And yeah, one last thing. I do agree with you. I do think that Le'Veon Bell really needs to turn it on in order for you guys to hang in on this. But last year, I'm pretty sure he only racked up 60 yards on week 1. I think a lot of that had to do because Gase just decided to completely abandon the run, like during the fourth quarter. But say, for example, that you guys want to be in this game, then I think that you need to allow Le'Veon Bell to pound the rock. But at the end of the day, I think that with the additions that we have made on our defensive line, some very athletic defensive ends that can go off to the outside and grab those running backs that are about to go off for a burst, I'm super confident in the Bills being able to shut that down as well.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that expect the Bills to throw the house at Sam Darnold and the Jets, because I was going to say the same thing. The only way I feel like this Jets defense can really stop Josh Allen on the offense is the same exact thing. You know, Greg Williams is so creative with his defensive looks, where it looks like he's blitzing this way, he's actually coming that way. And he's known for blitzing guys you wouldn't expect, like slot corners and corners coming in, safeties. So I think Greg Williams understands that his secondary is not elite. I mean, we don't have Jamal Adams in the box. We don't have Jamal Adams anymore, who's an extremely top talented safety in the league. So I feel like he's going to pressure the hell out of Josh Allen as much as he can to try to get him rattled. And I feel like that's the only way this defense can really stop. I feel like they have to stop the run and get to the quarterback pass rushing wise. And I feel like they have to force Josh Allen to even beat us with his legs, because we know he's an athletic quarterback who's a dual threat and he can pick up a first down very easily. So I'd rather him go, I'd rather Josh Allen run for a 10-yard first down than him throw the ball 60-yard downfield to Stephon Diggs for a touchdown, because I feel like if we can get pressure on Josh Allen, then it's not going to give any time for a guy like Stephon Diggs or John Brown for the routes to develop downfield, because there's defenders in Josh Allen's face. So I feel like we both have the same mindset. We need to get to the quarterbacks. And that really comes down to any football game. If you dominate the trenches on both sides of the ball, you're winning football games, whether you're on the defensive line and you're stopping the run and getting to the quarterback, or you're the offensive line and you're creating holes for your running back or protecting the quarterback. It all comes down to the trenches. And like you said, this Jets team has 5 new guys. And I'm happy we have 5 new guys, because last year we were that bad where it needed to happen. But this Jets offensive line, I mean, you're lucky that you have to go against the Jets, because this is their first game playing together. There's no preseasons. And I think this Jets offensive line is going to gradually get better as the season goes on. But yes, they're definitely going to be rusty week 1. So it's going to be interesting. I know for a fact the Jets are the underdog in this, but I actually am confident that the Jets can come out and beat the Bills.
So which quarterback has a better day?
I think
Josh Allen will.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen will, because we're going up against a top passing defense, and that's a top passing defense. Like, I know how great the Bills defense is defending that pass. So I think Sam Darnold's going to be really conservative with his passes. I think he's going to be hitting Jameson Crowder. I mean, you saw last year, week 1, Jameson Crowder had 14 receptions, and they're all like little dipped and dunks over the middle. You know, I feel like that's what Darnold's going to do. He's going to have a high tempo offense. He's going to have a high completion percentage. And I really hope he can limit the turnovers. I think he's going to have a total of 3 touchdowns and 1 turnover and a W.
Interesting. So go ahead and give me a prediction.
I think the Jets will win 21-18.
I love the confidence. So Richie, hold on. Before I get yours there, you're not worried about Buffalo, are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. I am totally aware that Jets are the underdogs here. I know that almost every single analysis you can find online of all the predictions, everybody's picking Buffalo, and they should. They were the reigning they won to the playoffs last year. They were 10-6, and the Bills are the favorites. You know, they have all the same team coming back, and they added Stephon Diggs, and they're all continuity. Sean McDermott's an excellent coach. But I feel like the Jets players and this culture that they're brewing with Joe Douglas, all these players, they are seeing everyone counting them out, and they're lighting a fire under them. Everyone's getting healthy at the right time, and I really have this feeling that this Jets team is going to come out and shock a lot of people week 1 and beat the Buffalo Bills.
Talk to me, Dan.
So my prediction is 100% the opposite of that. So I think the Bills are going to win 35-10. I think it would be more if fans were actually allowed to be in the stadium. I really think, man, that the Bills defense is going to go out there with vengeance, and it is going to be a long, long game for the New York Jets.
Wow.
I mean, our defense is definitely not giving up 35 points. I'll tell you that.
35-10, Dan?
35-10, baby.
Ooh, man.
I did hear, by the way, of how easily the Bills are going to beat the Jets. I found it funny. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
I was laughing.
I love it, man. I
One of
love
those
it, man.
dislike buttons.
No, I didn't hit it. I liked it for you. Don't worry.
All right, guys. If you guys like the content that you're getting so far, make sure you hit that like button. It tells YouTube that people love this, and they let other people know about the channel. So punch that like button, because it's time to also have a conversation with this Patriots fan down here about this Sunday coming up. Master at Works, man. What do you feel your strength is versus the Dolphins, and what do you feel your weakness is? What are you encouraged about? What aren't you encouraged about? And I'll give my take as well.
What am I? You mean, okay, so the fact of the matter is you don't know what you're going to see on Sunday with us. You don't. We already seen Fitzpatrick. We know what he is. You don't know what type of offense we're going to run with Cam Newton. With Tom Brady, the reason you've been able to beat him once a year for like the past 2 decades is based on the fact you see him every single year. Nothing changes. With Cam Newton, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what Bill Belichick is cooking up behind the scenes. Josh McDaniels, it's the surprise element. Week 1, you haven't seen this in preseason. You don't know what we're gonna run. We already know what the Dolphins are. We already know what Ryan Fitzpatrick is. He's been a journeyman quarterback throughout his entire career. And I already know what to expect, which brings me to my other point. Tua is supposed to be a franchise quarterback. I said this last week. Yet, the franchise is coddling him like a little baby because he's not ready. Now, if Tua was starting, we'd be having a different conversation. But the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's going to turn into Ryan Fitztragic on Sunday, I'm scared. No one's scared. There's a reason why you guys are the underdogs in this game. Even with our roster, even with Cam Newton starting, no one is giving you a chance in this game to win. And eventually you will start Tua, and eventually we will see why picking him was a huge mistake.
Wow. So you're going to go that far. First off, I don't even know why you continue to bring Tua up. At the end of the day, our timetable on his development is ours. I'm focused on Sunday. What's going to be happening on Sunday? And listen, the Patriots are all beat up. The Patriots are shorthanded. The Patriots, and you know one thing that you've helped me understand about these Patriots? You all have no clue. You're putting all your chips in one basket, and guess who that basket is? Cam Newton, who hasn't been effective in 35 years. And at least that's how it feels. You're putting everything on Cam Newton. You don't know what you're going to get in Cam Newton. And if you get in this defense that we have is going to make Cam Newton look like a bum. And you know what's going to happen? Patriots Nation is going to start the rumbling. Oh, we need to start Jarrett Stidham. See, you worried about Tua when you need to be worried about Jarrett Stidham. Because
Jarrett Stidham will never be the starting quarterback for this football team.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You're going to regret having Cam Newton as your starting quarterback, especially week 1 versus the Dolphins, because you don't know what you have. The man don't even have anybody to throw the ball to, man. He don't have anyone to throw the ball to.
N'Keal Harry, Gunnar Olszewski. We got a good running game. What are you talking about?
Man, these are a bunch of guys who are good at catching.
And it's not just him throwing. How are you going to stop the run? How are you going to stop the run, TD?
Because we got an amazing front seven. Ask Calvin Noy. Ask Calvin Noy.
Oh, come on. Calvin Noy went to Miami because he got paid. He didn't go there to win games. He won his Super Bowls with us. He didn't go there to win. He went there to get paid.
You can't deny his impact on the game, though. You can't deny his impact on the game. So I don't care about him coming to get paid. We paid for the product. And the product is going to be on the field, giving Cam Newton.
You paid for a lot of products that hasn't come out the way you wanted it to.
Okay. So why don't you tell me, is Calvin Noy a bum? Is he not going to have any impact on the game?
I do. But he's not. Listen, once you get paid, Miami is where you're going to die, just like Cleveland. Okay, he went there to get paid, just like damn, what's our receiver? Amendola. Just like Amendola. The players go there to get paid, to bathe in the sun, to go to South Beach to party. They don't go to Miami to win football games. You know this, TD.
Like Calvin Noy said it today, he's here to make sure that he ends that playoff win drought for the Miami Dolphins, and that's what you're going to see. You're going to think.
Oh, you mean the same playoff win? Yeah. You mean the same playoff win drought that you haven't won a playoff game since Dan Marino? No. Yeah, I said Dan Marino. No.
Listen, you know what? At the end of the day, the match at work, one thing I will give you is all this back and forth banter. At the end of the day, I do respect the Patriots and what y'all done. But right now, it's about this year and going forward. And your reign is over. It's over. You have nothing on that roster. You yourself is sitting here telling everybody live that you don't even have.
We don't need much of a roster to beat you week one, TD. Listen, I already told you last week. Every time we play, I gotta look up the depth chart Miami because I don't know who's coming and going. I don't know who your roster is. I don't know who you drafted because there's so many players you have been letting go over the years. It's like a brothel, in and out. I don't know what to expect from the Dolphins.
So let me get this straight, and that's the problem. That's why y'all fear us, and that's why you lose to us every year because you don't know what to expect from us. So you mean to tell me we're not going to, at a minimum, split with the Patriots this year?
No, we're sweeping you. Get the brooms ready. Listen, I already told you. Tom Brady, right? You've been playing him over the past 20 years. You know what he brings to the table. We got a different element in Cam Newton because you just don't got to stop the pass game. You got to stop the run game, the scrambling quarterback, making plays when you don't expect him to. That's what you got to stop on Sunday. And I don't think you got the defense to do it. As a matter of fact, you got the worst defense in this division.
Cam Newton is no longer a mobile quarterback. I don't know why we continue to
give me proof. Give me proof. Because last season he tore his tendon against the Patriots in week 2. Before that, he had a shoulder injury. But before that, he was still dinking and dabbing and Supermaning all over the damn field with his legs, doing somersaults, doing backflips. And that's what's going to happen again this Sunday. He is 100% healthy. There is nothing throughout this entire training camp that has shown he has any ailment whatsoever. And you're going to see Super Cam, that's why I said it, Super Cam, Cameron Jarrell Newton, do what he's been doing since he's been in the league. Okay?
I'm glad.
He's been to a Super Bowl, right? He's won a couple of playoff games, something that all 3 of your franchises have not done. End of story. I know what I have in Cam Newton. I don't know what we have with you. Actually, as a matter of fact, I do know what we have with you. The same suckage drainage in this division that's been happening for 2 decades. Ain't nothing, and I mean nothing, going to change the Sunday, TD. I don't care how much you listen. You can put on this fake bravado in front of your channel, but it ain't going to work with us Patriots fans because we've seen it. The end.
Yeah, you've seen us beat y'all every single year for the last 20. You've seen us beat you every year for the last 20. Man, go ahead and give us your dyslexic prediction.
It's done nothing. It's done nothing for you.
What is your prediction, man? Tell me, what do you think the final score is going to be of this game?
I already said this last week. Patriots 31, Dolphins pain. You might not score a point. You might get a couple of field goals here and there, but at the end of the day, we know Ryan Fitzpatrick, okay? He's a journeyman quarterback, and Tua just sitting on the bench like a Tua fish. That's why I said a Tua fish, rotting on the sideline waiting for Ryan Fitzpatrick to throw a couple of picks until Brian Flores lets him in there and exposes him.
The final score of the game will be 30-17. The Miami Dolphins will win. Y'all will score 2 touchdowns and a field goal. We will score 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals, and that will be the end of the game, and that will be the end of the New England Patriots, quote-unquote, cheating dynasty. End of discussion, man. So, with that being said, I want to hear from Dan and Richie. What is your prediction for the Miami Dolphins versus Patriots? As me and Master of Works give y'all a prediction of what we think is going to happen in your matchup.
Oh, shit. All right, Richie, you go first.
Damn, I was going to tell you to go first. Man, you know what? I'm sorry, TD. I'm taking New England in this game. Just for one reason. It's 2 words. Bill Belichick. Until he's gone, I'm not going to count out the Patriots. I mean, I've been doing it every year. Every year I'm like, you know what? This is the year for the Patriots to stop. This is the year. The Patriots are gone. And I was wrong every time. So until I see it, the Patriots on the decline. Listen, though, who would I rather win? That's another question. The Miami Dolphins. I would rather the Miami Dolphins beat the hell out of the Patriots. But I do have a feeling the Patriots are going to somehow just come out with the victory somehow. I just have a feeling.
What's the score prediction?
I think it's going to be 24-21.
Okay. Talk to us, Dan.
Yeah. So TD, you're gonna be really disappointed, man. So like Richie just said, I want you guys to win. I want you to win. And so I think that your defense is also going to cause Cam Newton some issues. But I mean, once again, it's Bill Belichick, man. And so I really think that their defense is really going to take advantage of your inexperienced offense. I think that the Pats defense and special teams are going to give them several scenarios where they only have 30, 40 yards to march it down the field. I think Cam Newton's going to take advantage of that. I see y'all like definitely keeping it close. I'm saying more along the lines of like a 17-14 Pats.
And let me say this, guys. One thing I think you all are underestimating with Bill Belichick, his spies couldn't go out due to quarantine this offseason. So that little advantage that he also always has, it may not be there, man. Because
we can't hide our spy cams in the crowd anymore because there's no fans. But don't worry, once fans come back, you best believe that advantage will return to Pittsburgh.
I've been meaning to ask you all that. We already know New England is not allowing any fans. Buffalo, Jets, what's going on with that?
Nope.
Wow. Buffalo, y'all in trouble. You're coming down here week 2 and we're going to have fans.
Yeah, like 13,000.
Fair.
What's that?
Fans?
I said only 13,000.
Y'all can never sell out your stadium.
Don't worry. We'll be loud enough to impact the game. Master at Work, what do you think is going to happen in the Buffalo Jets game?
It's an obvious answer for both of you guys.
You asking me?
Yeah, what do you think about the Buffalo
Bills?
The
Jets and Bills? The Jets are going to win that game. Listen, the Bills, I've never seen a hype train like the Buffalo Bills ever. Like they're last year's Cleveland Browns, like this year's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't understand the hype. The last time I seen the Bills, Josh Allen threw away the game in a playoff game against the Houston Texans, the very team that blew a 24-point lead against the Chiefs. Who trusts the Bills? When have we ever trusted the Bills? You haven't won a division since Jim freaking Kelly. Music City Miracle, da. Who is really in this panel right here going to trust the Buffalo Bills to do a damn thing in this division? And the fact that you have all this expectations proves it proves to me how delusional Bills Mafia is. It really is. Like the fact that you think you're the favorite in a division you haven't won since Jim Kelly, since the Clinton administration, since Bush the first. You're really going to sit up here and try to tell us you're going to win this division? I give the Jets a better chance at winning this division than the Buffalo Bills because everything that has happened in your franchise has proven to me that you're nothing but a bunch of choke artists. And Josh Allen, listen, what is he? The people call him the white Cam Newton. Oh, he can dive and this and that. He's inaccurate as hell. He has a strong arm, but he's inaccurate. And he flusters under pressure, just like last year's playoff game. I mean, do we even have to discuss this? The Jets are going to beat the brakes off the Buffalo Bills this Sunday. And it's not even going to be close. I trust Sam Darnold and Adam Gase over Josh Allen any day.
Wow.
I was
Any
not
words on that,
expecting
Dan?
that. I just see Dan's face the
Damn.
whole time. I was looking at Dan the whole time.
Okay.
Dan said, okay.
Okay.
Oh, man. All right, man. So what score did you have, Master at work?
I think it's going to be the Jets. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people with Le'Veon Bell. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. Sam Darnold's definitely got some weapons this year. Adam Gase knows his ass is on the hot seat. The Jets are going to score at least 35 on the Buffalo Bills. It's going to be like 35-21, somewhere around
Master
that
at
range.
work.
On
He's
that
gained a
defense?
ton of my
you think
respect.
man, on that defense?
Buffalo defense?
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't even have to dignify that with an answer.
Oh, my God. I ain't going to lie, man. I'm not going to lie. I cannot wait till next Wednesday night when we have – the time will tell all of this stuff. And it's going to be really interesting how people feel because some of us could be really embarrassed and some of us could be really excited about next week. It's going to be interesting. But the Jets-Buffalo, man, this is what's crazy about it. I actually do have the Jets winning this game.
Wow.
Due to the
Taking the underdogs.
No, you don't understand. First of all, these are division games. First of all, let me also say this. I thought that the Jets had a really good roster last year. I just always say it's Adam Gase. But now you bring Frank Gore back into the picture. You sit here and you have Le'Veon Bell who's out to prove something. Running the ball is going to make life a lot easier for the frail, to me, the scary Sam Darnold. I just think that you all will probably have some balance, and it's a divisional game, and it's game one. It's game one. If you can steal any game, this is the one to steal versus Buffalo. I've been on record saying Buffalo won all the games they were supposed to win last year, but they won none of the games that they had to basically prove that they were a contender. This year, teams in the AFC East didn't do anything but get better, except the Patriots. I think they didn't get better, but Cam Newton is an X factor. I will say that. And I think that the Jets can come out with the actual W, but I think the final score is something like 27-24. New York Jets. I know Dan don't want to hear that, man, but listen,
And
man.
so I'm sorry. And so I thought this panel was filled with people that knew football.
Hey, Dan, we're gonna find out who
Hey, believe me,
right?
next week when these results come out the way I predicted them, I don't want to hear that anymore. I don't want to hear that argument anymore about somebody knowing football.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be. I can't wait till next Wednesday. I cannot wait till next Wednesday because I
Gonna
already
be on
know.
my channel.
I already know. I want to hear all that backtracking. Listen. Oh, I can't wait till next week. I gotta be honest with y'all, man. So let me ask you this real quick. All right. This is going a little further in the future. 4 games into the season, what is your team's record?
Ask that a question again, TD.
4 games into the season.
What is your team's record?
2-2.
4-0.
I got 3-1.
I got us going 4-0 as well, but our first loss goes to Tennessee week 5.
Wow. So hold on. Who are those 4 wins, Dan?
We got the Jets, we got the Dolphins, we got the Rams, and the Raiders.
That's a doable schedule. I'm gonna say even with the Dolphins, it's a doable schedule. Won't happen, but it is doable. Patriots, who you got for the first 4 weeks?
We got the Dolphins, and then who do we even have? It doesn't even matter at this point. Oh yeah, we got the Seahawks next week. Then we got then we got the Raiders. Then we got the Chiefs.
And you said 4-0?
Yeah, that's easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Listen,
easy.
Y'all start the season 1-3.
Yeah.
Y'all might start the season 1-3. Dolphins, Seattle, Chiefs. Y'all might start 1-3. That's all right. We're gonna see. Talk to me, Richie. Who you got first 4 games?
We got the Bills, and then we got our home opener against the 49ers. And then we got the Broncos, I'm pretty sure, Thursday Night Football, and then the Colts.
You said 2-2, huh? That's reasonable. We got the – go ahead.
Oh, and I was going to say if we beat the Bills and then we're going to lose to the Niners, and then we're going to, split the next 2 games.
Interesting. All right. We have – I said 3-1. We have the Patriots first, W. We have Buffalo next, W. We have the Jaguars after that, W. And we have Seattle. And I have it as a loss, but for some reason I feel like saying W so bad because we have 10 days to prepare for them. They have 5 and have to travel all the way from Seattle to Miami. Literally. We play on Thursday night versus the Jags. Then we have literally 10 days before we play again. And they have to travel from – they actually play, I believe, like a Monday night or something. And then they, with travel and everything coming across country, they're probably only going to prepare for like 3 to 4 days. And that's why I'm like Seattle. That's a tough opponent, but it's one that's doable. But I'm humble on that and say 3-1, man. This is going to be very interesting, man. I'm excited about it. We have 256 people watching right now. No, 261 people watching right now with 102 likes. If you're loving the content with the AFC East Roundtable, hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen, because next week we will be on Richie's channel, New York Jets Media, guys.
Yes,
so
sir.
Dolphin fans, y'all already know that show up, that's taking over, that's have more fans than everybody else on this channel. Bills Mafia, y'all already know what time it is. Master at work, listen, man, they gonna already be spying in the room anyway.
Listen, we're Patriots Death Row. That's the name of our fan base. We're Patriots Death Row. And TD, I just want to ask you one question, just one. How confident are you that the Dolphins are going to win? Just from a scale of 1 to 10, how confident?
I would actually give it an 8.
Huh?
8.
8? Okay, so you're confident, right? So we're all friends here, right? Let's do a friendly wager. No money bet, no nothing, right? Let's do a little friendly wager. The loser of our game, right, has to make a tuna fish Hawaiian punch smoothie and drink it in your crow, okay? So tuna fish signaling, the fish, to a fish, and Hawaiian punch signifying where Tua is actually from. So the loser has to drink an entire Hawaiian punch mixed with tuna fish smoothie. Are you really that confident in taking that bet in front of your loyal subscribers?
Let me tell you why, and it ain't me getting out of it. Let me tell you why it's an unfair bet. Because it's probably already your drink of choice.
Wait, say that again.
It's probably
Hawaiian punch is your drink. Is your drink of choice?
No. Your tuna Hawaiian punch is probably already your drink of choice.
Hey, listen. I don't like tuna fish. I hate fish. I hate fish.
We know because it gives it to you.
Hey, unless you got a counter bet, that's my bet offer. I just don't think you're confident enough to take that bet because you know what's going to happen this Sunday.
Listen, man. I don't do crazy bets like that, man.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Listen, I said an 8. That 2 chance ain't get me drinking no tuna fish or whatever because I ain't gonna be on camera puking live, man.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's what I thought. You heard it. That's how it shows how confident he is of the football team.
Master, ain't no shame in my game, man, because I don't want to let
my
people down. I don't want to let my people down by reneging on the deal if we were to lose. So I'm just keeping it 100, man. So no, I'm not taking that bet, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm basically saving you anyway. All right. Y'all let's get the last thoughts because we only have 3 minutes left. Talk to us, Master. It works. Give us your last thoughts.
Listen, you heard it from TD, man. I know you're disappointed in your boy right here for not taking that bet, but it's okay. At the end of the day, the Patriots are going to do some fishing this Sunday like we've been doing for the past 2 decades. There's a new era. Cameron, Jarrell Newton. That's right, Jarrell Newton, Superman. Listen, It's over, Dolphins fans. You're having another season of your little 6-10, 7-9, picking up top 5 in the draft. We all know this. And you want to call me delusional, right? But who's been delusional for the past 2 decades or the last, 3-4 years? Listening to TD. He's been predicting the Dolphins to make the playoffs every single year, winning the division every single year. And where are we now? In the present time. And not one of those things have come true. So excuse me for not buying his stuff right now. Excuse me. I don't believe a damn word of it. At the end of the day, you can follow me on Masterworks channel. I am a Patriots fan. Listen, check out my Dolphins hate week video. I absolutely fish fried these fools and your fan base. Master work. That's all you need to know. Venom, aka Venom, the most hated Patriots fan. And I'm gonna let somebody else do the talking because I'm done.
Talk to us, Dan.
And so, hey, listen, you know what? And so I'm not going to go in on Richie because he was the only one that gave a realistic projection of what was happening with this game. Listen, honestly, guys, definitely had a great time. Loved doing this. I'm excited to see what happens week 1. Let's go ahead and cross our fingers that we don't see a lot of soft tissue injuries. I'm like really concerned with the absence of OTAs like this year, that I think that there might be a couple of guys like leaving like with some pretty shitty injuries. Let's knock on wood and hope that doesn't happen. But I mean, week 1, dude, let's just all agree and be thankful that football's back, baby.
Yes.
It's going to be
God. No more Sundays.
Christmas morning Sundays.
At the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Watching Patriots Super Bowl highlights on rerun on NFL Network. God, it gets so boring.
Talk to us, Richie.
Well, yeah, I just want to say I'm very thankful to be on the stream with you guys every single week. It was so last minute. I remember getting a DM from Master at work, and I'm like, who is this guy? And then he said, I'm in a group chat. I'm like, who are all these guys? And then you guys asked me to join this AFC East roundtable, and I just want to thank you guys for reaching out to me because this is awesome. It really is. And for us to have a platform like this and just combine all our fans, you know, we all hate each other's teams, but at the end of the day, we're all NFL football fans, and football is back, like Dan just said. And it's an exciting time to be a football fan. And as much as we hate each other's teams, we can all support each other as people. At the end of the day, sports is our lives, especially for all of us, because we're that passionate fans. But still, at the end of the day, we're all humans. And we all need to galvanize together and just, you know, enjoy football. Because tomorrow night, we're watching Patrick Mahomes versus Deshaun Watson. At 1 o'clock on Sunday, we got division rivalry, AFC East. I'm excited for the Jets-Bills game. I'll be looking out for the Miami Dolphins and Patriots game, and it's going to be a ride, man. I really am excited, and obviously next week is going to be really upsetting for half of us on my channel. Hoping I don't have to host a stream where I'm upset, Dan. So I'm hoping I'm going to have the stream where all Jets fans will be there talking smack to you, but we will see. And yeah, stay tuned for NY Jets media content all throughout. I've been actually posting Madden 21 videos for the first time on my channel, and I've been loving that. So, and I also have a YouTube channel titled Touchdown Kingdom, which is all NFL content. It's not me on camera. It's me like putting highlights together. So if you guys want, go type in Touchdown Kingdom. I actually made a whole prediction video, and I predicted the score for every single game, and I'm going to try to build that from scratch. So I appreciate you guys checking me out on there. And again, thank you so much for having me, TD.
No problem, man. I want to thank all three of you gentlemen for being on the panel. This is amazing, man. AFC East Roundtable. I don't even know if you all realize all the reviews that I get about everybody loving it. You all are probably getting it yourself on your channels when we come to yours. I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and it's not going to do anything but get even better. As we continue. We want to thank everybody who stopped in today, all the Buffalo Bills fans, all the New England Patriots fans, all of the New York Jets fans, and y'all already know Fins Nation. We appreciate y'all stepping through. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We're trying to get over 300 likes on every single video. Listen, man, this is the showdown. You couldn't ask for any better way to have opponents going at each other in the AFC East week 1, man. This is just amazing. I'm excited about it. Thanks for the words, Richie. We are all one. We are all family at the end of the day. Even though we dislike each other's teams, I'm glad that we can come here and be literally just to a degree friends about what we're doing right now, man. And enjoy these times together. But it's going to get a little hostile as time goes and as the season heats up. and some teams aren't going to the playoffs and others are. So we look forward to next week on Richie's channel. Make sure you go subscribe to all three of these gentlemen's channel, Master at Works, Dan Mitchell, and New York Jets Media. Gotta subscribe. We're gonna keep rotating because especially Fins fans, y'all gotta go subscribe to all these channels because every week you're saying, what's the link to the channel? What's the link to his channel? Subscribe right now. You see it on the screen. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Listen, if you're a real football head, you always want to know what the enemy's doing. So remember that, guys. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, representing the AFC East Roundtable. Thank you, gentlemen. We are out. Peace. Love y'all.
Peace.
See y'all tomorrow night. Live streaming. Any of you guys streaming?
Yeah,
Sunday?
I will be. And so I will be.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing a pregame before the
I'm
game.
live streaming my game too, or our game.
So you're live streaming too, Master?
Yeah, I'm live streaming the game.
Okay, Dan, you say you're live streaming your game?
Sure am.
I'm just doing a pregame
Awesome.
live stream, like an hour before.
All right, man. Hey, if any of you all are gonna do it on Streamlabs, let me know, man. I might check in just to see how y'all doing, man, on the stream.
I always see you
I'll
online.
definitely be checking in on you, TD. You already know that.
You already know, man. Hit me up. I'll send you the link, man. You can come through and eat crow because we gonna give it to you. Let's go. Fins up, baby. Whoa! Dolphins, baby. Oh, man.